Any questions so far? Okay. Nice. Okay, so the very first step for you to create this type of ad is obviously to click a huge button, new campaign. So when you clicking on this button, it will show you the very first step. The very first step would be for you to select the goal.
If I stay for the year, I'm going to be
Okay.
missing things that are going to be coming up in the next couple of months.
Can someone mute
Okay,
Daisy?
okay, I
Daisy.
understand all of that.
Okay, I muted Daisy. Okay, so the first would be the goal for this campaign. So there are several goals. First would be sales. So sales, you know, you just need to read as everywhere. You just need to read description. So sales will bring, customers to your website. Next would be leads. So again, bring leads to your website or wherever you wanna bring them. Website traffic, that's something that we're going to be using today. So website traffic is one of the most powerful tools. Doesn't matter what type of business you have, you can use it. It's just gonna bring a lot of people on your website. But obviously they're going to bring a lot of people on your website, but you will have to take care what happens next. So you need to make sure that your website is up to date, everything is good in there, and there is some content that people will love to see, all this nice stuff. So when people Google brought a lot of traffic to your website, the people are still on your website. They are like stick to there and checking your website, and by if you manage the content correctly, you're obviously going to make sure that they're going to buy something from you, or whatever you're trying to do there. um, Product and brand consideration, kind of the same as brand awareness and reach. Both of them pretty powerful tools um, for you to bring just make people aware of your website or of your company, for example. So if you want to, if you're an artist, for example, and you want to um, just make people know that you exist, this would be one of the best options. As you see in here, it says campaign times video. So if you're going to choose product and brand consideration, it's mostly going to be for video, and this you can choose for both video and display. Next would be app promotion. So app promotion is for apps, obviously. So they will be showed, for example, on your smartphone. So I don't know, if you're browsing on YouTube, for example, um, sometimes you might see that on your phone, obviously, below video there would be like a little button um, with some application that ask you, oh, install us or something. So this is what it is basically. Local stores, it's for Google My Business mainly. So if you have a store like a restaurant or whatever, it says dealerships in here. So if you want people to bring in to go to your location offline, that's what you're gonna choose. And lastly would be creating compound without goals guidance. It means that you're gonna have to be on your own. You're going to be choosing all the aspects of the campaign yourself. Because Google is smart, it's been in business for a few years now, like 20 years or something. They have good AI, artificial intelligence, in terms of how to run ads. So if if you feel like you need to use it, you can, but I would use one of these options because Google knows what you need. Google wants you to spend your money, and if you're not gonna spend your money without if you're going to spend the money without any result, they're going to lose a customer, and they don't want that. So using one of these options would be a good idea for you, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with website traffic. So we're just going to
Andrew,
click and
can I just ask
yes,
you a quick question?
go ahead.
If you could just clear, I just don't fully understand. So for example, website traffic on the bottom there, can you just hover over it? Okay, so it says search, display, shopping, video discovery. So
Hmm.
what does that mean? That the campaign would appear in search, display when people are
No,
shopping, when people are watching videos?
it doesn't mean that it's going to appear in there. It means that we can select one of these types. So for example, if we want to use website traffic, we can do search campaign, we can do display. Here,
Okay,
here it is, you
okay,
see. If we're gonna click on product and brand consideration, it's gonna show us on the video. Okay.
okay, okay,
So this is mainly just types of campaign that you want to use.
okay. Thank you, Andrew.
No problem.
I have a question as
Go
well.
ahead.
It's just about the app promotion. So I just want to clarify that only shows up on your phone on apps, or it's promoting an app?
And no, it's gonna show on your phone because pretty sure you never seen any app promotion on your computer. Just because when you having this type of ad running, it's gonna have like a little button. If you're gonna make this button on your computer, like on desktop ads, if you're gonna click in there, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's gonna go to like App Store or whatever Android store they have website, and it's not gonna be any good for you. So this is only for your smartphone. When you're I don't know, searching in certain applications, you might see this. So when you're clicking on the button to install that app, it's gonna bring you directly to the app store that you have on your phone, so you can download it directly from there.
And this shows up on any app, really?
Not any apps, but most of the, some apps, I want to say, because it depends on an app. For example, in my case, I see some of them on YouTube. Um, I don't see any on Instagram. I see some in Messenger, for example. So it depends, on it's partnered apps with YouTube, with Google.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I just meant like any app that has promotions. So
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
perfect.
They
Thank
obviously
you.
have to work with Google in order for them to promote, but um, basically, yeah. So any other questions,
Thank you.
guys? Okay. So next would be select campaign time. So because we select website traffic in it, it has like several types of campaigns that you can run. Uh, it will show to you. So again, as I showed before, if you're gonna choose other options, there will be other options. For example, in here, just video. So it's basically the same as I explained to you before. Several campaigns, type of campaigns. So there's search, the one that shows on Google search display that we're going to go with today. Shopping, it's in a shopping if you have some product to sell. And on Google Shopping, you can promote it. Video, it's on YouTube. And Discovery is just ads on, as it says, YouTube, Gmail, and Discovery. So we're gonna cover search and video next time, like next week. Today we're gonna go with display. Again, shopping and discovery are less popular, but when you're going to practice yourself, if you're going to practice yourself, which I hope you will, you can just check on it, and maybe for type of business that you're going to be working with, you might be using it. I don't know. But we're going to go with display because that's what we're going to do. Now select campaign subtype. So we're going to go with standard because we're going to pick everything ourselves, and we want to. Next we go smart. A smart display campaign is when Google helps you like a lot, like they are putting most of the information for you, which is good, but not really, because although we're trusting Google with this, we don't want to trust him with this because he doesn't know what exactly we want from this campaign. I mean, he kind of knows, but let just not pretend that it's gonna be better than if we're gonna do it ourselves. So we're gonna go with standard display campaign. And lastly would be Gmail campaign. It's obvious. It's just on Gmail. If you're going to go there, you will see like a lot of some promotions in there. And lastly, we need to put our website. So in here, we're gonna put the Digital Marketing Institute.org, I believe. Let me check. Yes.
Yes, it's
Yep. So that will be the first page. That will be the first page. We selected everything. We selected standard display campaign, and we put our website. Okay. So even so obviously when you have your you're gonna put whatever you have in there. So we're gonna click next, and it's gonna bring us to the second page. So remember we were doing a Facebook and LinkedIn ads. So it's all basically the same. The first step was for us to select a goal, select all this very big stuff. And next step was selecting people that we want to target, countries. So this is the same as you see on Google Ads, the same structure, almost the same, but you won't be lost in here because it's almost the same. So first is we need to name this campaign. So we're gonna name it DMI test class. So that's first. Always remember to name your campaign because you just need to know where you're working with. And sometimes if you're going to be doing an A/B test, you need to, put in here some information about the particular campaign that you have. So if you want, you can come back to this almost in the end of creation the campaign. So you can, name it accordingly to demographics that you chose and, all this type of stuff. Next goes locations. In our case, we're gonna put United States and Canada. But if you wanna use another location, for example, you can put in here, let's say Mexico. So Mexico country, okay. So in here, you can put, more, you can put advanced search if you want, then goes location options. So in here, we target a presence or interest. So it's going to show to people who are, in there, basically, usually. And in here is the same. So we can choose it. And we can exclude as well the same people. So if we want to, if for example, we are agency that run in car rentals, we don't want to show to people who are living in that area because we know that, they are just there, living there, and they probably have a car or, way to transport themselves. So, but we want to target, for example, tourists that are coming to that area and they want to rent a car. That's where we're going to use, exclude options. The same with the rest of this topic. Okay, next we're gonna go to languages. So any questions on this, guys, on locations? Okay, it's pretty clear. It's kind of the same way as on Facebook or LinkedIn. Okay, languages. So languages is whatever language you have on your display. I'm sorry, on your Google selected. It's gonna go. So because we're targeting people who are in the US and Canada and Mexico, we're gonna go with English and Spanish. If we would choose, for example, French, if we wanna do in Canada, so we can choose in French in here or whatever other language you have. So example, I don't know, Ukrainian if you want. So that's first. That's language, and there is nothing to talk about. It's pretty clear. Now will be bidden. So bidden is payment for basically for your campaign. So if you have, for example, bidding like, let's say $1, it's good. But if someone has $2, obviously that campaign will be shown to them most of the times. Okay, Zuni, I'm muting you. Okay, so this is pretty important for you to start with a very low budget. Why? Because the very first step for you is to test anything that you're trying to run in here. So you have a campaign, you need to test it. Why? Because you don't know how it's going to work. If you're going to put, big budget in here, it's just not going to work for you. I mean, it might work for you if you're very lucky and you put everything correctly from the very first try, but usually it's not going to work like that. So you need to put as low as possible. This way you can test if, even on low budget, it goes, you're making some conversions. So if so, then you can increase budget, and this way your ad will be shown to more people. And this way you're going to get even more traffic. But the first step, it will be for you to obviously, try with very low budget. So in here we're gonna have
Sorry, could I ask a question here?
go okay. Yeah.
What's the minimum amount you could put in for a target CPA?
It depends on campaign, but you see in here we can put 50 cents, for example.
All right.
Or let's try 10 cents. 10 cents. But it's bidden, okay, so even 5 cents. So if you want,
Oh.
but I mean, I wouldn't go that low. Let's go with like at least, I don't know, maybe 50 cents. Okay, let's go maybe with 50 cents. Why? Because again, you don't want to spend a lot on your first try. You don't want to spend a lot on testing campaign. But once you're better with this, you can just go and increase uh, the price. So now, again, going back to this. So there are conversions and viewable impressions. So viewable impressions is basically when people are seeing this and you're going to pay, and conversions is when they are actually clicking on your ad. So like I showed you before on that BBC website, I clicked on that website, and that person, unfortunately, he had to pay for that click, and we don't know how much he paid, but we wasted his money basically. So and we want that. We want that because we don't want to pay for for just people to view, but you can. I mean, if you have business that requires that, I don't know what. I honestly don't know what. Don't know which business would require that, but I would almost always go with conversions, because this way you only pay when people are actually clicking on that ad and going to your website, and from there on you can take over. Okay, now how do you want to get conversions? Automatically maximize conversions and or manually set bits. So if you're going to manually set bits, so it says manually set the amount you want to bid for each click, and Google Ads will adjust your bids to increase conversions. So that's one, and this one will be automated. So I would go with manually if you want, and you can click in here, and it's gonna go to budget, for example. But I just go with automatically, so we can. Why it doesn't work? Okay, so we're gonna go with 0.5. And next we're gonna go to pay for. So what do you want to pay for? Clicks and conversions. In our option, we cannot choose conversions, but we can, just go with the clicks. So that's the very first step. In here you can see that Google actually shows us like what cost per action would cost for other people. So for other display campaigns, it's going to be $5.5. But you can also go to your keyword planner, and for whatever keyword you want to search for, You can also, check how much people are paying. But amounts in there are pretty high. Sometimes it's like 10, 16, $20. It depends on, type of business that you're in. Okay, so any questions on this, guys? Okay. Now, budget. So how much do we want to spend each day? Um, Again, we're trying to go low, so we can go with, let's say, $5 or $10. Let's go with 10 this time. So we're just gonna put $10. It means that Google will not spend $10. Once we spend $10, on this 50-cent click, it's going to stop showing our ads. If we're gonna go to more options, it will show us more options, obviously. So now in here, uh, ad rotation. So ad rotation is basically how we're gonna show our ads. So they were first optimized, prefer best performing ads, and because we are going to create several ads, several pictures. I'll show it later. It's like in the end. You're going to see that there are obviously several pictures. So Google will be showing only those who are performing the best. So after one day, for example, it's going to check like, okay, this one shows better, another one doesn't show as good. So I'm going to show the better one a lot more than the other. So that's how it works, and it's pretty good. I always recommend you to go with these options. Next would be do not optimize. So do not optimize is going to show whatever ad you put in there without considering how good it is or not. So I think obviously optimize sounds a lot more better because Google will actually adjust your ads to this. Now, ad schedule. So we can choose here all day. So Mondays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays if you're on weekends, or you can choose each day directly. So yeah, this is better for us to show. So for example, for the Digital Marketing Institute, we have several hours. Or for business, for example, let's say you have a call center business like travel agency. You don't want people to call you at night, like at 12, if you're gonna show your phone number, for example, in there. You want to put your business hours. So let's say from 9 to 6 or to 5 or whatever. Let's say to 6. So we're gonna show in there, and let's say we have a salesperson who is in there, who is working for us, and we can send him calls from 9 to 6 because it's his working hours. But again, if you have other days that you want to cover, for example, you want to on Saturday, Sundays, you're working different hours, let's say from, I don't know, from 12 to 5, you can put it in here as well. Again, I recommend you to always put schedule because unless you're having like a product that doesn't need any attention from people, let's say you're just trying to sell something, you can put obviously the whole all days, because who knows, maybe people will be looking at this at 3 in the morning and they're gonna buy it. So just keep this in mind that depending on your business, you're gonna have to put schedule. So just remember about this. Now, start and end dates. So pretty obvious. We just need to put start date. So if you're gonna put none, it means that the ad will be running indefinitely. It's gonna take $10 each day from you. So we don't want that. We plus we're just testing, And in order for us not to forget, we can put, for example, 1 month. 1 month is enough for you to test any ad. You can even go with 2 weeks, but Google recommends usually 2 to 1 month time period. Any questions so far, guys? Okay, devices. So we can, let's say, like, some of you, Daisy, I believe you were asking about applications. So if you have if you have an ad that only wants to be shown on certain application, for example, you're trying to run an ad for iPhone only, you can select it in here. Okay, so here's a lot of options: operating system, Android or iOS device models. You can choose virtually any device model that you want. For example, I don't know, you want to target people who are using Samsung Galaxy, whatever. You can choose it in here. Networks, I'm not sure what networks. Oh, you see Wi-Fi or Mexico. I don't know what Mexico means, but if people are connected through Wi-Fi, if you have application that is heavy, for example, or needs some has some heavy content, it obviously would be better to select Wi-Fi. So people only who has Wi-Fi connection at the moment, they can see that, because if you're going through mobile connection, it might not be as good of experience or something. So this is basically it. And the show on all devices, we're going to go with this because we don't really care. Uh, for this type of business, we don't really care where people gonna see us. But again, if you feel like you need to choose particular devices, you can do that. Campaign URL options. Oh, this is basically if you don't have any tracking, you can go with this, but we're not gonna go with this right now because it's very complicated. Dynamic ads. Let's read what it is. Okay, so dynamic ads let you show personalized content based on what people have viewed on your website. And to show content from your website in these ads, set up data feed. So basically, when you have some content that it's like kind of like you're targeting, but not. So again, we're not gonna go with this for simplicity. Conversions. So we're gonna go with use the account level conversions because it's just simpler. But if you're gonna choose, you can just go in here and check what type of conversions we had in the past. But we're not gonna do that for now. If you're gonna start from scratch, it's gonna obviously you would go with this one. And lastly would be content exclusion. So for example, if you have content, I don't know, your content, you don't want to show it with, particular content that you just don't want to show it with. So for example, you don't want to show it on live streaming, like what for? We don't want that. Embedded YouTube videos. Embedded is when you have you took URL of your video and post it on your website. So it's gonna show on your website, but it's going to be like this YouTube player. There is a lot of I believe we have it actually. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. So if we're gonna go to Learning Leaf, here is the embedded video. So this is the video that I'm talking about. So if we don't want to show any ads on this type of videos, like on other people's websites, we're just gonna click in here. Below the fold, park domain in video. So you just select an exclusions for your content, the one that you don't want to show with, and yeah, that's pretty simple in here. So any questions on this, guys? Okay. So next goes ad group. So remember we had on Facebook ad groups. So this is basically the same, but in here, instead of checking audiences in ad creation in the campaign group, we have to create it in our ad group. So we're gonna name it obviously DMA test class. And here we're gonna go to see to who we want to target our ad. So let's say digital marketing. So you see we want to intent marketing, we want a strategy, product marketing training. So everything that might be related to our topic. So in our case, we have in digital marketing. We want to cover all of this. So online marketing, digital marketing services, marketing, I don't think so. Business to business marketing, SEO and SEM, business technology, maybe, why not? Sales marketing jobs, no, we don't want that. So basically you're just going through this and selecting whatever you feel like is better for your particular ad. So again, Google is going to show us some recommendations, but you can put more, for example SEO, for example, because we have Spanish content, we're gonna put obviously this search engine marketing services. So basically just going with the whole list that you feel like you might add a lot in here, like 100 200 if you want. Depends on you. If you want to do A/B testing, obviously you're creating like very few. You creating like I don't know 2 3 positions, and then you creating a B in with another 2 3 positions, and you can create multiple testing if you want, and you're just gonna check what performs better. Next would be demographics. So if we're gonna check in here, we can see that there is like uh, gender, age. So if we don't want to show to someone who is over 65, we can put this parental status, household income. So this is very it's unknown most of the times because we are not giving Google our who we are. Basically we don't give them our age, we don't give them our gender. Well, I mean, this is something that is quite easy for Google to understand what type of age or gender we have. In parental status or household income is, I don't think Google can actually we never leave that information anywhere. This we might leave when we're creating some accounts on Gmail, for example, but um, parental status and household income we usually do not put anywhere. So this is estimated, and this is not for sure. But again, Google has so many searches, so many people using it, so I'm pretty sure they actually figured the way how to figure what type of household income you have. For example, top 10 probably they're searching for yachts and expensive cars or something like that. So this is how it works. Any questions on this, guys? Okay. So now content, where you want your ads to show. So in here, if we're gonna click, there will be topics, there will be placements. So for example, placements. If we're promoting our digital marketing services like classes, and we want to show our ad on the YouTube channel of Neil Patel, for example, we can do that. So for example, I don't know if it's gonna work like this. So you see in here, we can choose Neil Patel's or whatever other channel you have. For example, if you, I don't know, want to show your ad on a tech channel, tech reviewers like that Marcus guy, we can show it in here. So whatever business you have, and you can choose specific applications or websites where you want to show your ad. So I don't know if you want to show your ad on a channel for cooking, you can show it on channel for cooking or website for cooking if you have some cooking type of business. So this is basically how this placement works. Next would be topics. So topics, again, we're just choosing topics that we want. This is not interesting as much. And lastly would be keywords. So here we're gonna add, you can add many, here, let's choose this. You can add many interests, but let's just go with one. We just want to create. this this thing. Okay, keywords. So in here, you're gonna put the keywords that you want to check. So how you can know what type of keywords you wanna do? You're gonna go to here to Keyword Planner. We're gonna wait until it loads. Any questions so far, guys? Okay, so we're gonna click in here, display new keywords, and we're gonna put in, let's say, marketing. Okay, I'm gonna get a result, and in here we're gonna see keywords that are best working for us. So you see, first will be keyword. So this is the keyword that we are searching, marketing, and it has 110,000 searches. Low competition, top of a bid. So because it's again, it's low competition, we're gonna have lower bid. But if you're gonna go, for example, to digital marketing, you see, although there is less search monthly searches, bid would be higher. Okay, so this is the lower range and this is the higher range. So in here you can get an idea what type of keywords you wanna do. So people who are searching for, for example, they put in Google digital marketing, it's not gonna show on in here, like let's say digital marketing. So it's not going to show in here, obviously, but because I searched in here, and if I'm going to go to, I don't know, one of these websites, on that website, it's going to show that, that display ad that we're trying to make right now. So this is where you can get keywords. And again, this is a free tool. If you're going to go to tools, keyword planning, it's a free tool. It means that it's not like you need to use it only in here only for Google Ads. You can use it for basically whatever mission you have, whatever task you have, like SEO, or I don't know, you're trying to display this ads somewhere else, anything really. Keywords, you can find them in here. It's a free tool. You can use it. It's really good for you. You see, email marketing is $42 per each click. So person clicked and it's gonna go for $42. It's a lot. But this is what it is. So in here you can take your ideas and just go back and put whatever you want, whatever you decided. So marketing, we're gonna click in here, marketing campaigns, digital, all this type of stuff. So you're just gonna put one, whatever keywords that you want in here. So this is how it works. Keywords, topics, and them and placements. So this is quite important. I would say placements is the most important because if you do it correctly, you can actually target people pretty well. Any questions, guys, on this? Okay. Okay, so target expansion. Increase your reach based on positive targeting and setting selected above. So in here you can put, well, doesn't have any data. So we're gonna click, turn it off because we don't want that if we don't have any data, or you can just put it on low. So so basically Google will be showing our ad on to people who we selected in here, obviously, but they also going to check for for other people that that might be interested in these topics, and if they're going to show ads to them as well. So I would say this is worth of trying. It depends on your business, again, as always. Try it. If it works with your ads, if it brought you more customers or more sales, use it. If not, then don't use it. So this is basically was the whole ad creation. That's how we choosing where to show our ad, to who, how, all this type of stuff. Guys, you have any questions on this?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Like if I wanted to try this Google Ads, like just by myself, and
Mhm.
I don't want it to, when I add the cost, like will I have to pay that, or how it's working actually in Google Ads?
I'm gonna show it a bit later after we finish the live session. But basically, you can just create an Google account. Let's see
Okay.
if let's see if I have some. Mm, I just had some. I'm not gonna click in there because I'm not sure if it's gonna open in a new page. But anyways, yeah, you can create a Google account ad and you can just try making one of this, things.
Yeah.
And this way you will, you just try what to do. But you need to put your payment information in billing options,
Oh,
But
okay. Okay.
but if you
Okay. If yeah.
yeah, but what I mean is that you obviously put like the lowest amount of money you possibly can, and you just not run in your ads. You just disable it after you created it, and because it has to be reviewed anyways. Google
Okay.
will review it, and if you're like, okay, I tried my best, you can just skip this and not never run it. Okay.
So even I make my payment, like if I disabled it at the end, like it will not
Yeah,
be
of course,
showing,
of course.
and they will not. Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, it works the same as in Facebook, LinkedIn, anyway.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. So all right. So now we're going to process of actually creating an ad. So actually creating an ad, what I mean is that we're going to put here pictures. We're going to put URL that will bring people from that picture to somewhere, all this type of stuff. So create an ad now. Okay, so we're creating ad now. So if you want to change it, like in here, you can you can upload. First of all, if you have one of the campaigns that you already running, you can upload in here, or you can copy. Because we're creating a new one, we're obviously going to create a new one. This is dismiss, sorry. So final URL. In the beginning, we put this URL and it's going to show in here. So if we want to bring people to this URL, we will bring to this URL. If you want to run a specific ad, like you have an ad with a specific product, you can put the product URL from your website, and it's going to bring them to your website and to that specific product. Next will be images. So in here, we're going to click on learn more. Not here. Jesus. Okay, so there are specific types of images that you need to put. So first, it has to have specific sizes. So we're gonna upload, but you can choose it from URL if you want. I have them here. So as you see, there are a certain sizes that we need to follow. So 300 by 250, 300 by 600. This is too small for them. 336. So these all are standard images that we need to show to Google. There was a list with more dimensions but I can't find it for some reason. Hold on. It's really weird. Before they had like a little button that showed, where what type of image that you need to put. So anyways, we selected some images. Oh, you see, at least one less guy. But anyways, we just going to select our images in here, and it's gonna show what our ad will be showing in here. Instant. Let's go to recently used. Sorry guys, and because I'm streaming and everything, it's really slow. So we're gonna choose this. And it has landscape. Okay, so here's how it's gonna show. So we can, in here, we can see, first of all, on mobile, you see there are like some options. It's mainly in an app, you know, when you're having like some app that, you know, is very annoying, wants to show you like many ads and just gonna, you know, in the middle of everything, it's gonna show you an ad. That's how it's gonna show. On your computer, that's how it's going to show. So remember that BBC website? We were checking many, you know, websites basically, and on the right we've seen that ad. The same way it's gonna show in here. So obviously, because our image is not, you know, we didn't put really correct images. I don't know why those didn't work. But usually you need to make sure that you know, it's going to be the whole, it's going to cover the whole space. So this is basically what it is, how we're doing this ads. So now headlines, we can go with view our course, digital marketing skills for all, and headline, let's put, because we're going with Aleph now. For example. So that's how it works. We can add more headlines if we want, and we want to add a long headline. So description, again, we're just putting description, competency. It took all of it from our website, okay? So it's not like it, you know, came out with this itself. It just, you know, took it from our website. So you're just covering all of this in here, and it's gonna obviously change the whole ad, and you're gonna be able to see it in here, for example. So that's what it is. Okay, now goes additional format options. So enhancement, then generated video. We don't want that, because we don't want people, Google to generate a video by itself. It's like Facebook. Remember, there is like an option where we just put in an image, and it somehow creates, you know, a video out of it. Pretty not nice video, obviously not very professional. So I wouldn't go with this, of course not. And native formats, it's mostly for blocks. So we don't, I mean, if you want that, you can use it, but we're just gonna skip it for now. Add URL options, it's, I guess, again, it's tracking. We're not doing this, so we're not gonna cover it. Call to action tags and custom colors if you want. So in here, for example, we have white color. If you want to choose black color, we're just gonna go with black color, because I don't remember the coding, so we're not gonna do this. And nextly, we're just going to add to ad group. Okay. Oh, here it is. So when we're gonna add to ad group, it's just gonna add, and we can create another ad if we want. The very last thing would be create campaign. So again, we don't want to run this, so we're not gonna create a campaign. But basically, after, you know, you click on this button, it's gonna show you that your campaign was successfully created, and that you just, you know, they're just going to review it. So let me just